Hello my friends, I'm Coach Lauren. I'm the rhythmic coach at Mini Hops. And today I'm outside and I'm going to be teaching you some forward rolls. So I have a mat set up. You can kind of see this gray and purple mat out here. If you have like a good spot in your grass to do it, that would probably work. Otherwise I would suggest using a mat or some couch cushions if you're inside, or a carpeted area for sure. Alright, let's get started. So we're going to start with a forward roll. So I'm going to start with two hands. I'm going to start with my hands up high, hands down low, look at your belly, and over you go. And I want to end standing up just like that. So if that's a little tricky, you can kind of keep working on that progression until it becomes easier. Once you have that part, we'll try it with one hand. So I'm going to put one hand behind my back. And I'm still going to reach up high, down low, look at my belly, and over I go. Once you have that, you can try it with no hands. So I'm going to put my arms out. I can still raise them up high. And so when you're doing it with no hands, the main thing to think about is making sure that you're landing on your upper back instead of on your head, because that's going to put a lot of pressure on your neck. So making sure that you're pushing with your legs so that you're landing on that upper back. So the next kind of roll we're going to try is our straight leg roll. And all of our rolls today are going to be forward rolls. So we're going to try it with two hands first. We're going to start hands up high, keep those legs nice and straight, and we're going to kick over. And you can still try to stand up at the end of that. And so the next one in that phase will also be our one hand. So reaching down with one hand and then you can try that one with no hands as well. Okay, so now we're going to try the straight leg with no hands. And again, the biggest thing for this is going to be making sure we're landing on that upper back, not on our heads. So I'm going to reach my arms out to the sides while I do it. Straight legs. And for that one, I do kind of open my legs just a little bit because that's where your head's going to go. So once you have those straight leg ones down, you can try some penchés. So we can start with two hands again, reaching down, lifting that leg up as high as we can, tucking our head, and landing. I'm going to try that one again. I actually want the foot that's up in the air to bend and my other leg to stay straight. So I'm going to do So that one's going to stay straight, my standing leg. Let me try that with my other foot. Let me think. Oh yeah, so I'm going to lift my right foot this time. And then I'm ready to stand up from there. Cool. All right. So we can try that with one hand, and we could try it with no hands, as you're comfortable doing it. So I like to use the same hand as foot when I'm doing my penché and trying to keep that leg nice and straight. So I'll try that with my other hand too. Yeah. And then you can do it with no hands once you're comfortable with that. So you're going to penché, making sure you're landing beginning, I use 2 hands, but you, once you're comfortable with it, can go on to using no hands once you're comfortable. So yeah, and you're ready for that challenge. Next we're going to try some dive rolls. So to practice dive rolls before we actually do it, we're going to practice our like reach out donkey kicks. So I like to have, if you can see my mat, I'm going to jump over the purple onto the gray. So I'm going to jump my hands to the gray, and then I'll come back this way. So hop forward and back. Forward and back. And once you're comfortable with that, I'm going to even start back here, jump to purple, and roll. So that's the dive roll. And the more you practice that, the more vertical you can get into like an almost handstand, and then roll out of it. So let's try that again. We're gonna reach and come out of it. All right, let's see here. Let's try some butt rolls. So how I like to think of this is I'm going to step, bring my knee to my ankle, and roll, face the front again, switch from one side to the other, cross knee or ankle to knee, the other side, and that's where I'll stand up. So let's go the other direction. I'm going to step, knee to ankle, and around, and I'm going to turn facing the front again, then knee, ankle to knee as I stand up. And you could go around and round depending on how much room you have. You could just keep going. So that's our butt roll. And that's a really good thing. If you're in rhythmic, you could try tossing a ball, do a butt roll, and catch. But yeah, so that's a really good one to do. Handstand, headstand, and handstand rolls. So first we're going to practice just a regular headstand, and then I'm going to show you how to roll out of it. And then we'll try the handstand version of the same thing. Okay. So yeah, so first we're going to practice our headstand. And to practice that, we're going to start with just a balance. You can start with a tripod. I always have my hands and my head in like a triangle. And I'm going to try to balance my knees on top of my elbows. And from there, if this is where you're at, that's totally fine. Keep practicing. But if that's easy, you could try to do your headstand. And from there, you're just going to tuck. So once you have your headstand and you're ready for the roll, all you're going to do is push with your hands as you tuck your head and try landing on your upper back there. So once you have your headstand roll, we can try your handstand roll. And for this, you're going to start in your lucky lunge, just like a regular handstand. And we're going to push up into your handstand. Let's just try that. Practice that a few times. Make sure you're comfortable with just... Alright, so that was the headstand roll, and now I'm going to do my handstand roll. And for this one, I feel like I need a spotter. So if you need a spotter, they can watch what Coach Ethan is doing. Because, yeah, he's going to be holding me where it needs, so I don't splat.
So we don't splat.
So I'm going to start in my lucky lunge. I'm going to kick up into my handstand, and then I'm going to slowly ease down onto my back, making sure I'm not putting pressure on my head. So yeah, there we go. Thank you, Coach Ethan. All right, we're going to try some shoulder rolls. So for this, you're going to be rolling over one shoulder. I'm going to start out over here. So you're going to choose your shoulder, and that one's going to go down first. You're going to go over like that. And when you're halfway over, when you're kind of upside down, you can kind of flip which direction you're going. So instead of going forwards, I could end up going sideways. And I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to So for my shoulder rolls, I'm going to start out putting my shoulder on the floor. My arm is kind of just outstretched, and while my body's in the air, I could keep going forwards, or I could swivel sideways and go toward my hand. Okay, so I'll show that again. I'll go forwards, and then I'll do one sideways. So my arm's gonna stretch out, shoulder on, and I'm going forwards, or shoulder, arm extended, shoulder down, and I'm gonna flip and go to this side. Let me try that with my other arm. So I'm gonna extend this arm, put my shoulder on the floor, flip forward, or I could go to this side. Making sure that you're always having that shoulder on the floor. So yeah, if you're doing these videos, make sure to hashtag virtualMHG. We love seeing your pictures and showing us how much you're enjoying these videos. It's awesome. There'll be more videos coming out soon, so keep an eye out for those. Bye.